Okay, this video is going to be called "The Rule of Subsidized Foods," and I'm going to talk about this because soy is a very bizarre thing. Whenever you criticize soy, all of a sudden a bunch of trolls come in to defend it, and you should be suspicious of that. Okay, you should be suspicious of internet nutrition experts who recommend and promote soy because there's tons of bad papers. I know most of the internet so-called nutrition experts, they're kind of lazy, they're kind of stupid, and they just say stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just ignoramuses, okay? That's most of them. But there's a lot of smart ones that also recommend it. And for them, I think they're lying to you because they're smart enough to know, okay? And the basic rule of subsidized foods is who's got the money and the power to declare something to be subsidized? It's the same people who want to sterilize you and depopulate you. Nothing gets subsidized that I'm aware of that's actually good for you, okay? And that's kind of what I'm trying to teach here. And the other thing I'm going to tell you, okay, maybe I'm going to sound like an arrogant jerk, but I don't care. I think that's kind of the purpose of my channel. A mental retard, by definition, has an IQ of 70 or less. An average person has an IQ, theoretically, of about 100, okay? Somebody has an IQ of about 130. That's about 98th percentile, okay? I don't know what my social IQ is, probably very low, about less than 70, but my academic IQ is at least 160. And I can tell you, most people behave like mental retards, and I have zero interest in their peer pressure. To me, whatever they do, I automatically think I should probably be doing the opposite. All I see all day long is all these fat, sick, stupid people, and I don't want to be anything like them. Okay, so when I hear peer pressure, oh, everybody's doing it, everybody knows this, I usually think that's the mantra of a moron, okay? So let's just take a look at all the subsidized foods. Baby formula, okay, you see, babies in the woman, infant, child program, the WIC program, and, sometimes I think I see them give them soy foods. They're in an aluminum can that's neurotoxic, has a BPA lining, estrogenic, mitochondrial toxin. There's a good chance that maybe they're containing, I'm not positive about this, but F- or soy or high fructose corn syrup, which often has HG in it, mercury in it. It's all toxic stuff. Do you think anybody wants to help those poor children develop well? No, of course not. No one cares about them. Okay, let's just be honest, all right? You can't have an intelligent conversation if you actually believe that these institutions are trying to help people. Why would they want to help these people? Okay, they don't. They have to pretend they're helping them so they can get grant money or something, but do they really want to? No, okay? They wouldn't treat attention deficit with amphetamines if they actually cared about these poor people, okay? Come on. They wouldn't give all these psych medicines to children and all these other poison things if they actually cared about these kids. Okay, iron reinforced foods. Now, it's routine that lots of foods have to be reinforced with iron, but why is that the case when most men in a Western country are iron overloaded by the time they hit, maturity, and the women become iron overloaded once they're postmenopausal, they stop menstruating. Iron's a neurotoxin, promotes oxidative stress, ferroptosis when a person's iron overloaded. It's bad. You don't want any more iron, okay? And some people have anemia of chronic disease because they're so sick the body's compensating to lower their blood viscosity. That's a topic for another day. Dr. Gregory Sloop's written a lot about that. Okay, tap water. They put aluminum in there. They call it a clarifier. It's a major brain poison, and it's toxic to the testicles, and it lowers sperm counts. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Fluoride, another thing that's toxic to the reproductive system, toxic to the brain, makes people stupid and docile. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. GMO corn, BT corn, Bacillus thuringiens, which is toxic to the gut lining, can increase leaky gut and all the diseases that go with that. Sprayed with atrazine, which is a slow poison. These are all slow poisons. Slow poisons allow plausible deniability while people are being destroyed. Okay, it's a mitochondrial toxin. It's a powerful endocrine disrupting estrogenic chemical. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. High fructose corn syrup routinely contains mercury when it's pushed through like a chloralkali vat to make it. Another neurotoxin, mitochondrial inhibitor, just a coincidence, I'm sure. Okay, GMO soy, it's sprayed with glyphosate, another slow poison. Originally was antibiotic, trashes gut flora, increases risk of leaky gut, increases risk of fatty liver, increases risk of diabetes. It's an excitotoxin, and that's most of your soy, GMO soy sprayed with that crap, okay? All right, so then I look at all these people that think, oh, well, I heard soy is good. Well, let me tell you something about soy, okay? My job's to tell you the truth and not to be popular. So you wonder why I have zero sponsors. You wonder why no one will interview me. You wonder why my channel is Shadow You Know What Bond, okay? Look, soy has 40% of its calories from fat. It's a high-fat food, so that's bad right to begin with. It's super high in estrogenic chemicals, thousands of times higher in estrogenic chemicals than other foods. The only thing in the ballpark is flax. Flax is actually worse in that sense, but they're both terrible. It activates both the estrogen receptors, ER alpha and beta. Okay, and then people go, oh, no, it doesn't. It only activates the good one. Yeah, why don't you look at the paper? Here's the paper, Stefan Mueller paper. It's from 2004 in Toxicology Science, and you'll see it's activating both of them, similar amounts. And Anthony J. PhD has a video about that lecture as well. And I've looked at the actual paper. Okay, it lowers sperm counts. There's a good reason. It lowers testosterone. There's a good reason for the phrase soy boy, okay? It implies a stupid person who, poisons himself like a dumbass. Okay, it can damage the female reproductive tract. Women who have a lot of soy have increased risk of endometriosis. It can cause premature thalarc menstruation. It can disrupt the female menstrual cycle. It's associated with increased fibroid tumor growth in the female uterus. It can increase postmenopausal endometrial bleeding. Unlike other plants, it contains heme iron. It elevates insulin-like growth factor and might be carcinogenic. That's not exactly clear. I've seen some papers, several papers saying it increases cancer risk, several papers saying it decreases cancer risk. Some of those might be industry funded. I'm not sure about that, but I would believe there's reason for it to be carcinogenic and bad. It's goitrogenic. It inhibits thyroid peroxidase enzyme. It's associated with increased risk of an elevated TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. That is potentially associated with increased hyperlipidemia, which is associated with atherosclerosis risk factors. Like I said, I think the purpose of soy having all these estrogenic chemicals is to sterilize the animal that eats it. Therefore, they'll stop eating it. It doesn't want to be eaten. Some animals want to be eaten. The bear defecates after eating it a couple miles down the forest path, and it produces a new plant for maybe some berries, okay? But seems to me that soy does not want to be eaten, and soy is fighting back this way by sterilizing its eater. And it seems like whoever subsidized it maybe wants to sterilize low IQ proles. That'd be my impression. Some soy beverages, I've seen the papers on them, I have the papers, tends to concentrate fluoride. Some soy beverages tend to concentrate aluminum. These are major neurotoxins. It tends to be processed as GMO soy with hexane, a neurotoxin. So there's 3 neurotoxins right there. Neurotoxic concentration of fluoride, neurotoxic concentration of aluminum, neurotoxic processing with hexane. That's 3. And then number 4, it's sprayed with a neurotoxin, glyphosate. Oh, gee, maybe I'm just exaggerating that it's neurotoxic to dumb down and sterilize the stupid proles. Okay, so notice the pattern here. All this subsidized stuff is a slow poison, allowing plausible deniability of the smart, rich people that are poisoning the poor dumbasses, okay? Let's just be real about what's going on. Avocados and now more and more apples sprayed with this AP you-know-what, EEL stuff, another slow poison. Look up the chem data sheets on there. Go to the chem data sheets and you'll see all the neurotoxins in there. So anyways, I'm trying to help the proles. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, look at my videos. I hardly get any views. Why is that? It's obvious that I'm telling you useful information. You can look this all up yourself in 5 seconds. And it's because if you lie to the proles and tell them, oh, soy is good for you, it's wonderful. These omega-3 supplements are wonderful. They're good for you. F- is good for your teeth when it's good that it's in your tap water. If you lie and bullshit the proles to slowly poison them, you get celebrated and you get promoted on the algorithm. You get tons of views. You tell them the truth. No sponsors, no interviews, nothing. Well, too bad. I want to be the best doctor, not the most popular one, so I'm going to tell you the truth.